Hey everyone, welcome back. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you have seen my other lore videos, specifically the one explaining the lore up to this point. That will help a lot going into this video, and my follow-on video talking about the Brutal Swarm lore. Now, as it currently stands, there is no comic book yet for Brutal Swarm. That probably will be coming very soon, hopefully. But the furthest point in the lore which we are currently at is that Nook has infiltrated Nighthaven, and she has stolen the data key, which may have some information to see if Nighthaven was involved with Yahata's death. That is the furthest point in the lore we are currently at. So I thought it'd be quite fun to kind of take a look at the entire picture and kind of guess where R6 lore is going to go. Now, as it currently stands, we are at a time and point in Siege lore where Rainbow Six as an entire team isn't really a thing anymore. All of the operators have been separated into their own squads, with one of them being called Wolfguard Squad, which we actually looked into in Vector Glare, and Nighthaven being their own squad as well, which we are currently focused on in Brutal Swarm, with 3 other squads for us to still delve into over the next few seasons. So I think right now we kind of have a big puzzle piece where it seems like Nighthaven are going to be an enemy. Remember, we don't know if Nighthaven has actually done anything wrong yet, and I'll get to that in a bit. And with each squad as we go through, we're going to learn another piece of the puzzle, and then I'm going to assume that once all the squads are introduced, then we will start getting major story revolutions and be moving on to more bigger picture stuff. I think we are going to learn very soon what was on that data key and what Nighthaven actually did. But are Nighthaven actually the bad guys? And we've got to remember as well, the reason why Harry recruited Nighthaven is because they save people, just like Rainbow does. Although they may have different methods, and there's a lot of clash between Rainbow and Nighthaven when it comes to that, they both have the same goal at the end of the day, which is saving people's lives. I have a feeling that Nighthaven are maybe being set up, and I feel like this is where Ubisoft could actually bring around the entirety of R6 lore back to the start. Hear me out for a second, but what if Nighthaven are being set up by none other than the White Masks? Yes, the White Masks who started the Rainbow Six lore all the way at the beginning. Granted, the lore was not very deep as it is now, but they were still part of the lore. They were the reason that Team Rainbow got back together. Now, of course, the White Masks were defeated, but just like it is in real life, when you defeat a group or a leader of an aggression group, always another one which will rise to take that place. So what if there has been a very hidden cell of the White Masks, or someone very closely linked to the White Masks, or it could just be someone else entirely. It doesn't even have to be White Masks, but still someone who's playing both sides and pinning Rainbow and Nighthaven against each other, because Rainbow are that specialized and that, you know, good that the only people that can defeat them is basically themselves, and we know that because Team Rainbow operators have less for Nighthaven. So all this internal turmoil is going to be taking a lot of focus away from Team Rainbow, focusing on Nighthaven. But if Nighthaven aren't actually the enemy, there could be a secret enemy who is planning this all from the background, and they're waiting for their time to shine. I have a feeling this is the way they're going, because look how they're portraying Callie as a character. At the base of it, Callie is not a bad person. She saves people's lives. That's what she lives for, and that's what her job is. She does not want to see people get wrongfully killed, as far as we are aware. But the way Ubisoft have been painting her recently has been in quite a negative light, and I think that is on purpose, because when we get the revelation that she isn't actually that bad and Nighthaven isn't either, it will be that much of a surprise, and it will kind of make us feel a bit guilty for doubting her. Yes, she is very cocky and she doesn't play by the playbook, but at the end of the day, her intentions seem to be good. So just imagine that we have this entire story build up and we finally get to see what Nighthaven done, and it's not Nighthaven at all, and then it is revealed that there is another, you know, secret enemy. And maybe this would be really hard because we already know that sort of like linking lore and other gameplay mechanics has been quite difficult for Ubisoft recently. Heck, the lore of this, you know, Brutal Swarm revolved around the Nighthaven map, and that map got delayed till next season. Hear me out, this entire lore setup could lead into a new single player game, or, you know, like a terrorist hunt rework. I think that would be so cool if right now, just for, you know, Siege, we're saying that setting it up the Nighthaven are the enemy, then we get the revelation that they're not the enemy and this is the enemy, and that spins off entirely into a new Rainbow Six game. That means that Siege's entire lore could be a setup for that game, but you don't need to know Siege lore to understand that game because the enemies are new. And that is the next logical step in the Rainbow Six franchise which Ubisoft have right now. We have Siege, which is the PvP game, Rainbow Six Extraction, which is the PvE game, we have Rainbow Six Mobile, which is the free-to-play mobile game. The last game that they kind of have going for them right now is a single player story mode campaign game. So if you're going to set up the lore from Rainbow Six Siege, that would make so much sense to continue it and fully flesh it out in a single player campaign. Of course, this is purely my speculation, but I think that would be absolutely sick, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with that as well. So guys, what do you think? Do you think Ubisoft are setting up a single player Rainbow Six game? Do you think Nighthaven are the bad guy? Do you think that there is a secret mastermind behind all of this? I definitely think there is, and that is purely just because I don't want to think that Ace is a bad guy, because I adore Ace. and Aruni. I adore all these Nighthaven operators and stuff like that, so I pray that they're not actually bad and it's purely just being set up that they're bad, but we get the revelation that they're not. Anyway guys, as always, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, dislike it if you did not. So catch you all later. I love you all. Stay safe.